Here we go. Welcome to our second day of the SoulBiz Challenge. Thank you so much for joining. And I really congratulate those who are here live, because there is always this glitch when people hear that there is a recording and then it becomes less important to join live. But it is a different energy when we are here live. So thank you for being here. Today, again, we will do practical activities. So please have your pen and paper ready. And I will ask you to write down your notes and to really work on things. Another thing that I asked you yesterday about your 5-year mission, your 5-year goal, and I asked you to write that into the Instagram. So a couple of people here may not have an Instagram. You are welcome to send it to me directly. But those who do, those who use this energy and make the step and publish something and say something out loud, all of you are eligible for a free one-on-one coaching session with me. So don't miss this opportunity. And it's not because I think my coaching is so brilliant that you definitely need it. This step of going out there and saying it out loud, with the risk of feeling awkward, with the risk of somebody else reading it like, oh my God, I've actually said it out loud. That is such a big step. And it's really important for this shift of showing up that we are talking about today. So I hope you have all thought about, dreamt about your ideal clients, because we really need this persona of your ideal client for today. You will think about them as if they were a friend. Usually they are. They are like a younger version of yourself, or they are somebody you really like working with. So give them a name, give them an outfit, give them a place to live, a family. Think about them as a real person. And then it will be just so much easier to give them what they really need. All right, so today we will focus on our show up shift and on the lifestyle shift. Yesterday, we focused on your mindset and on habits, and I gave you some of those. I hope you keep doing them. And then today we will go one next step. And tomorrow we will talk about the toolkit and about your superpowers. So thank you again for being here. Let's put in the chat how you are, how this day of yesterday unfolded. Was it motivating? Was it draining? I hope not. So many things to talk about and to do for your business. Let us know how you are and how you're going into this new session. I'm super excited. I loved your messages and I loved the interaction that we had going on yesterday. So I'm super excited about today. If you want to speak up, you can do that or put it in the chat. I love to hear from you. As I said yesterday, it's not a Netflix show. We need to work together to make this happen. Okay, Enrica says, struggling with defining the client. Okay, highly motivated. Awesome. Thank you, Sharif. Okay, so Enrica, why are you struggling with the client? What do you think is what is holding you back? Do you have too many different clients in mind, or do you think your ideal client is not able to buy or pay what you have to offer? What is your problem?
Yeah, I'm trying to narrow it down as suggested by you. So I started with like, okay, so only women. But then I'm like, well, why? Why not men? Because I thought, okay, I'm a woman. I actually talk better to women and for women because I know more. And I'm like, well, men could enjoy this too. So I keep. Then I'm like, okay, people that feel stuck, stressed, or people that want to change from a 9-to-5 job to a more relaxed, because this is my experience, right? And I'm like, okay, but what if people that have 9-to-5 job and are happy, maybe they can still enjoy what I'm doing, so I keep second guessing.
Mm-hmm. Well, your ideal client doesn't mean that you only work with them. So for example, my ideal client is a woman because, and my students are 85% women, I think. But then sometimes there is a man who comes in and who loves it. And that's totally fine. I'm not excluding them. I'm just directing my voice towards the person that is usually most happy with my services. And then if somebody else is attracted by that ad or by that text, that's perfectly fine as well. So you're not excluding somebody if you define it. And if you think that the ideal person is somebody who wants to leave their 9-to-5 job, and then there is somebody who says, I'm a stressed out solopreneur and I work 24 hours, can I come too? Then you probably embrace them. It's not that you're excluding them. You're just talking to somebody specific to make it easier. And then somebody says, Salome says, can I have two types of clients? Yes, especially when you have different services. So for example, I have one perfect client for my teaching group, for my certification group. And then I have another perfect client for one-on-one sessions with me, or for my mentoring, or for a kid's vacational program, for example. So you can totally split it. And then when you decide to advertise one service, you talk to them, and then you decide to advertise another one and you talk to them. Sure. Don't have more than 3, maximum 5, maybe. Because then it will get confusing. I have this poster of different services and different clients for my different projects. And that works really well, especially when you have, so for example, I have this social therapy center that talks to local people. And then I have my teaching school that talks to people globally. So they are completely separate. And then it gets easier. Okay, hello, everybody. Yeah, don't worry if you're driving, you can also catch up with the recording. And Daniela, hi, glad you're joining us. Please also catch up with the recording. It's not like you don't have to watch it before this class. It is helpful, but you can also catch up later. Don't worry. Penny has a question, I think.
Yeah, I have a question because I think that I think other people might have the same issue, which has to do with imposter syndrome. So when I was going through figuring out my ideal client, and I know it's definitely me, and I'm in a 9-to-5 corporate job, and I get so excited when people are following their passion and they're able to be successful at it financially. So my ideal client is me, where you're leaving, the money job to follow and pursue your dreams and so my ideal client would be also somebody who feels they're a healer, feels like this calling to their soul, but I haven't figured it out. So it's like there's this yeah, that's definitely the person I would get excited about, but my profile on LinkedIn and everything is around what I'm doing now. And so I'm not sure that I can serve someone when I haven't served myself. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because I'm sure there are other people that might have that same issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think everybody would raise their hand. Yes, totally. And it's super valid. Very good question. Thank you for, being vulnerable and sharing that. And I think we have never completely figured it out. So it's a path. You're constantly learning. There's always something new that has to come with the next ladder, with the next step. But maybe your perfect client has something that you have partially figured out and they don't. So you have already started on, for example, you're here, right? So there is something that you are doing and maybe they do not. And that ties in directly with what we are talking about today. So this is a great class for you. You'll love it.
Great. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. I also want to step in right away with a question that I'm not sure if it came up in the class yesterday or somewhere else, but somebody said, maybe Enrica, how do I find my voice? How do I find my voice? If I'm committed to show up and And to do this, how do I find my perfect voice? So I'm giving this question back to you. How do children find their voice? When somebody starts, when you start to learn a new language, I know that you speak several languages, Enrica. How do you find your voice? Yeah, listening and?
Watching.
Kim, again?
Watching.
Watching and trying. Yes, exactly, Katarina. They're trying, right? So kids start babbling and you're like, what do you want to say? But it's so cute. I'm listening to you. And then they figure it out a little better, and then they change, and then they go through different phases. And then if anybody has teenagers, they have this phase where they speak so fast that you cannot understand a thing. What are you trying to say to me? I don't understand you. So and I literally, it's not that I can't follow their thought, I cannot follow their speech. I can't. So there is always, while we figure out our voice and how we want to communicate something, there's always this trial and error. And I think that it is the only way, because if you plan and lay it out beautifully, it doesn't work. You cannot practice something only in your head. You have to actually do it. So yesterday I told you about my big proposal for Mind Valley, and I'm filming this proposal, and I know what I want to say. And so far, I have probably recorded about 15 different versions, and I'm getting there. Like, I'm narrowing it down, and I'm getting there. But if I don't practice, if I only practice in my head, first of all, I can't sleep. And then if I want to put it on video, it's still not there. So I have to actually say it on video again and again and again. And I do the same for my reels and for my social media stuff. And if you go back on my social media, there's always phases, there's changes. You know, the tone changes, the colors change, depending on my mood, depending on the project. So just get started, practice, right? And then if you only have 15 followers, that's fine, because then there's only 15 people watching it as you practice and as you learn, and then you will grow and you will get better. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just get started. Okay, it's exactly, no, not practicing with yourself. Like, I would first, like, be clear on your message in your head, write it down. And then the beauty of social media is that you don't have to do it live. So you can record something, and then if you don't like it, you delete it and you record it again. And once you are like, okay, with the message, then you send it out there, and it doesn't have to be the perfect voice. I think it can't be the perfect voice because it's ever changing. 6 months ago, 2 months ago, I didn't know that I would be doing this today, but it developed and it, came. So if my perfect voice is also teaching about business structure, I came up with that about a month ago. So it has to develop. Okay, today we will talk about this show up shift, right? This lifestyle shift. And we will talk about it in regard to what your client, your ideal client that you're still finding and narrowing it down, what do they really need? And, it's a big claim. What do they really need? Is it just one thing that they really need? They want your services, of course. But there is something that I've heard about from different other therapists, and I've thought about it myself, and I've seen it in so many sessions and with so many students also. What a client really needs is something that they do not know the moment when they inquire for your services. So they usually come with a superficial idea, like, I want to get over this breakup, or I want to be more successful in my business, or I want to de-stress. And that is the superficial, the first idea they have. But you will go deeper. In order to deliver your service, for example, let's accelerate your business. I don't tell you Okay, so this is how you sell more. I start in the back. Do you even have your perfect client? Do you know what your service is? Do you know where you want to be in 5 years? We need to set that first. That's not something that you come to me with. You don't say, Christina, can you help me finding my perfect client? You are attracted by, I'm going to help you accelerate your business, right? And every client has that same issue. So if you do not trust what you have to offer, you will never get to the root. If somebody says, no, I just need relaxation, you're like, fine, but in order to get there, let me do my thing of yoga poses, of finding your voice, of embodiment, of greeting the herd, meeting the horses, whatever it is that you have to offer. So very often we get into this wrong belief of this is what they want and this is what I will give to them. No, they want something and they could get it in different places. If you talk about somebody with anxiety or with depression, they could take drugs, legal drugs and illegal drugs also. They could go to a yoga class, they could go to a massage therapist, they could go to a psychiatrist, to a business coach. There are so many different possibilities, but they come to you. And then you're like, oh God, imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough for this. What do I have to offer? Well, they came to you because of something. And that something is you. Right? Nobody obligated them to buy your services. They heard of you, they saw you, they read something about you that was interesting for them, and then they come to you. So you need to be you, nobody else. It's the only way that you can give them what they really need. And that kind of fixes the whole imposter syndrome, because you don't have to show up as somebody else, as a brilliant leader, as a brilliant healer, as the person who has, excuse me, figured out everything. You have figured out something that they are attracted to, and then they reach out to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So what people need is the root cause detection through the services that you are offering. We all do it a little differently. I do it with horses. I think it's a brilliant modality, but it doesn't work. I need voice training. That's what I need. Okay. No, not working. Oh, God. Yeah. When you're super excited about something, oh my God. Yeah, new skills and knowledge. I need new skills about training my voice and making it smoother. I need, no, actually, no, not coffee. Tea is better. I've learned that, and well, and then I drink coffee with, not with real milk though, with soy milk. But I think I have ginger tea here with honey, so that should be good. Okay, can I learn new skills and knowledge while I guide my clients? Yes. Yes, and you should. You have to, because you are constantly growing, and you will, as you grow and learn, you will also give your clients this new knowledge. And that is something that's part of our toolkit tomorrow, because there's a thing called rate of application. And that's part of the super formula that works for clients who want to learn or grow. You have to include something called rate of application, and we will use that. We will go into detail with that tomorrow, but you can also use it for yourself. So if you learn something and then you teach it to somebody, you will be better in it. It just gets more solid as you speak and as you show it to somebody else. And the same goes for your clients. So stay tuned. We'll get there tomorrow. Okay, so what we want is our client to find the root of their suffering, question, problem. And they do not come to you asking for this root detection. They come to you to fix the superficial part that they are experiencing. And it's your job to go beneath that and underneath that and find out what is really going on. If you give somebody a cough medicine because their voice is broken, but you don't know if they are having a virus or a bacteria or if they are just talking too much, then you're not fixing the real root and it doesn't work. Now, I said that in order to deliver what they are looking for, you need to show up and you need to be yourself, right? How can you do that? We've been talking about social media yesterday and, you know, showing up as the person that you are and showing the lifestyle, being the example of what you are selling. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people here who would say like, well, it's easy for you maybe because you have horses and they are beautiful and it's so easy to communicate that. And it is. But I want to tell you about somebody who was able to live a lifestyle and to show up in a product that I would have never, never been able to show in that way. So I'm talking about somebody who's called the Queen of Excel. Have you heard about that beautiful woman? Her Instagram is miss.excel. And it's a young woman who has made, I don't know, millions, like honestly, millions in revenue by teaching Excel. So that could be very easy. Microsoft Excel sheets, tricks. That could easily be the most boring topic on earth, right? I don't know how she found it. I've listened to an interview with her. She's really fun. She could also be like a bikini influencer or something, but no, she teaches Excel. And it started with her mindset shift. So during the pandemic, she was thinking about, she had a job, 9-to-5 job. She was at home and she wanted to change her life. So she declared to her mom, I'm going to be rich. You better be prepared for that, Mom. And her mom was like, you're crazy. And she's like, I know, but it doesn't matter. She also had followed a course by Jose Silva. Maybe that is something that you've heard about, the Silva method. Very good for manifesting and setting your energy and doing this. So she was convinced that she could actually set her energy to a level where she could convince others and create what she wanted to create. And that really works. Right? So there's different people, Joe Dispenza, Vishen Lakiani, Jose Silva. There's a couple of people who teach that. Heart Math is a little bit in that direction too. And it really works. So this Miss Excel declared that she's going to have success teaching Excel. And then she infused it with her energy. And she does these small, tiny videos where she teaches what she also sells. She gives away all her tricks. If you go through her Instagram, you probably have the entire course just in fast forward, in a speed version, which is quite stressful. But it's so interesting that you get intrigued and you want to learn more, right? So do not come again telling me that your niche, your business cannot be communicated in a lovely way. It can. And she does it with, she loves music, so she finds interesting songs and then she somehow translates it into an Excel problem and does some, you know, funny moves. And here we go. And she does it all alone, not a marketing agency or something involved. So it's about combining your passions, right? I said yesterday that I don't like to dance in front of the camera, but I can teach. So I offer free classes like this one. And then there's other people who dance and teach through that, or who animate you through whatever, through art. And then they combine it with whatever they have to sell. You find your own voice, which is about you, and it will not attract everybody. So her stuff, Miss Excel, she's not my ideal teacher because I get confused with all the craziness that is going on in her videos. But about 2 million people on earth love it. So fine, let them love it. I don't have to love it. Not everybody has to love what I have to say. I'm doing it my way, and that way it's fun and engaging for me and also for the right other people. Yeah. So what is your, we're going into toolkit and superpower. What is your superpower? What do you have to offer and how can you offer it? And then you bring those two together. And sometimes, very often, you need to learn something new. So she had to learn video editing. Maybe you have to learn facilitating with horses or speaking or social media, whatever. But if you add this extra ingredient, and tomorrow we'll go through a list of stuff, you can bring it out there. I'll send you today on our WhatsApp group, I'll send you a list of 33 marketing tips. And they are not very super specific, like you have to do this and this and that. They are more like mindset ideas, like how can you connect to your ideal customer? What do people really need? You sell through emotion, for example, instead of rationality. First, people need to get engaged with their emotions, and then you tell them the rational part and the logical part, so they can justify what they have already been feeling. So I'll send these. They're quite interesting, and I think you'll find a couple of ideas there. Okay, let's do something practical. When you think about your ideal client, I want you to write down at least 3 problems they have. Think about them. What are 3 problems they have? Something specific. Be as specific as you can. Like leading a happier life, you know, could work, but be a little more specific if you can. Okay, I'm answering Sharif's questions while you are writing. So he says that the people on his social media are not the clients, so it doesn't make sense to like show up and share what you have to offer. If you have a big social media group that is based on, I don't know, your soccer friends or your, you know, your band members, something that has really nothing to do with your job, I would split it. Because if you're used to sharing on social media about your private life or about your kids, and you have a dozen of moms there who are interested in your kids' birthdays, open a second Instagram or social media account that is directed towards your business and give it a name that has something to do with your business. If you are not regularly sharing about your private life, then you can use it for your business as well, and you just start sharing what you have to say, and then the right people will slowly be attracted to that. You use can use hashtags, or you can use keywords, or you can use mentions, so that people who are following these topics will be attracted towards your account. If somebody needs like a lot more Instagram knowledge, I can recommend a class. It was just moved from yesterday to the 13th of April, I think, with a colleague in Dubai. Her name is Hala, and she has created quite a big following on Instagram, and she will teach a social media 101 class. She requested, I think, $50 or $60 for the class, but she will analyze your Instagram account and tell you what is going well, what is not going well, and she'll give us, you know, a lot of detailed insights. I'm not I have a good following, but I'm not an influencer, so I have no idea. But she knows about horses and about Instagram. So if you want specific knowledge there, I'd funnel you. You can write to me and I'll funnel you to her class. Okay, and then Kim. So these are the trust, self-image, depression. Those are the things that your ideal clients are struggling with, I guess. Do you all have some ideas what they are struggling with? Okay, now pick one of those. Anyone, first one, second one, whatever you want. Any one of those. And write down 3 ideas of how you can help them overcome that or fix it. You personally. Not what they should do, but how you can help them. What is your solution to that? So the psychologists or the mental health specialists here, they are probably wanting to leave the class. They're like, it's not that easy. It depends on all those factors, and I'd have to evaluate them first, and I have to bring them through a diagnostic tool. And it really is not okay if I offer them one simple solution because it's so complex. I know. I know. I've been there. I know. When I want to say something like this and that could help, I want to give it a 2-hour introduction of what is your sleep rhythm, what is your daily habit, where you are, what is your hormone level, how many kids do you have, what is your job, la 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 la. The whole entire evaluation that I would do with a client to then feel confident enough to give them a recommendation. That is not working on social media. Yeah. So give them just write down one solution that could work. If you tell me my person struggles with anxiety, I have 50,000 questions because it can come from so many different roots, but it doesn't matter. You can say, you have anxiety, try this. Because that has worked for me or for other clients, or it's easy, it's cheap, it's accessible, or it's the newest trend or whatever it is. And some people will be attracted by that. If you fall into the trap of over-explaining, social media is your nightmare because you have to narrow it down to like 9 seconds, right? And you cannot give an entire class. But you need to first attract the fish in your blue ocean, right? So there is probably different fish in these oceans, and some like, I don't know, yellow worms and some like brown worms. But if you first do an evaluation of what kind of worm this fish could possibly like, they are already gone. So you throw out the yellow worm, and then maybe there's a fish who will catch it, and maybe not. And then you try again. Hi, Erin. Okay. So let's share it. Give me one problem that your clients have and one solution that you have come up with that you can offer. No worries. Eventually you'll have to share it with the world. So you can share it in this very private little small group. Your small group today because everybody's watching the recording. Okay. Enrica, client is scared of change. What is your solution? Okay, Daniela, also very nice problem. They're not consistent in their practice. What is your solution for them? Solution, create a gratitude list of things you want to achieve, like if they already happened. Great. That's awesome. That's awesome. You don't have to go into why they are scared. You can give them a solution. And then if somebody says, but how does that even work? You're like, well, here I am. You can book a session and I'll help you find out why you're scared, what is holding you back, and how do you exactly do this gratitude thing. But somebody has been engaged by that, right? They're like, oh yes, I'm scared of change. What do you have to say? Cool. Tell me more. That's what you want. Social media, or showing up in advertising, in program offerings, in classes, in short classes, is not about fixing the entire picture. It's about hooking them onto what you have to offer. And in order to do that, you need to show up. It's the only way. Okay. So can the solution be my own story? Yes. Your own story is kind of the credibility part. So you can say, for me, this and this has worked, and that's why I recommend it to you. Or you can say, do a gratitude list because I've seen my grandmother strive with this. So if you add a personal example, it gives you more credibility. You can also add, some celebrities or something. I have read this because maybe you have not, but I did. So I'm sharing it with you, right? So put something into that solution that gives you a little more credibility. Why would I try this? Has this worked for somebody before? Or are you the first guinea pig that, I'm throwing it out to? Okay, then we have, okay, Daniela here, solution, inspire with a sustained practice as a meditation challenge, yes. Or with a free event, yes. Sure, there's a lot of events in social media. There is, I don't know how many, probably today, there's about 1 million other business challenge events happening. But you're here with me, so that's cool. Thank you. It doesn't matter. Your people are attracted by who you are because you speak their language, or they think you're nice, or they've heard about you, or whatever the reason. It doesn't matter. Only because somebody else is doing this doesn't mean that you can't. There is enough need for that. Okay. Now, when you want to inspire with a sustained practice, well,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So are you guys like in Ecuador or?
hi, I'm back.
Welcome
Sorry.
back.
I'm back.
Sure.
Sorry, my internet glitched out, I guess. So I'm back. You had a nice conversation going on. Am I interrupting something?
No, we're just filling the space.
Okay,
But it
awesome.
was nice.
What did you hear last? I said, if you want to inspire with a sustained practice, so what do you have to do? What is your show up shift? Daniela, what do you have to do to inspire me for a sustained practice?
Maybe sharing some important content on like small practices that inspire them. Maybe like a small reel for 90 seconds of breathing or a technique. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what come out
and
right.
show yourself doing this, either teaching it to somebody or doing it for yourself. Like Enrica, for example, always shows us these crazy handstand, twists. So I'm like, wow, you got it. You have this lifestyle, this yoga lifestyle that I maybe want. Right? There's always people who say, I want to be able to do this. And then at some point you get inspired and say, okay, it's time now. Enrica, please teach me. Right? I'm coming to you. I want to learn this. If you say, if Enrica posts a picture of a beautiful woman doing the handstand and says, this is such a great balance experience and exercise and focus your mind, I'll be like, you can't even do it. How do you want me to do it? Right? And if I see you, I don't want to see a perfect practice. If I see you and I've seen you, learn this and try and share that it's really hard, but I'm practicing it, and this person helped me, and this attitude is helping me, then I'm like, okay, so she's a real person. She's not Superwoman. If you were able to learn it, I might be able to learn it too. But if you don't show up, even with your struggles, and you doing this, nobody can be inspired by it. So this lifestyle shift is about us using our own products. So Penny, for example, when you want to bring other people to quit their jobs and to get it all together, and you are in the same process, then share it. That'd be amazing. Just share it. Share what you're doing.
Okay.
Share that, you know, I've been learning this here and I found that interesting and I'm ready to quit my job and I have a countdown and I'm bringing up my coaching business and all of that. Just share what you're doing. And then if people see that you are able to do it, you know, they jump on the train, or they'll
As
be
long
like,
as my boss doesn't see me do it.
yeah, that's a problem of social media, that everybody
Yeah.
sees. That's an issue.
Yeah.
You know, if they see that you are working on that and struggling with it, a lot of people will be attracted who are intimidated by somebody who already did it and who already has it all together. So there is something attractive and connective with somebody
Relatable.
who is working on it.
Yeah, relatable.
Yeah. And this, you know, how can the imposter thing, how can I share something if I'm not a, you know, New York Times best-selling author, but I'm accessible. That's my big benefit. And the New York Times best-selling author is not accessible. Or there is somebody doing a business challenge and there is 20,000 people on their Zoom. So you cannot ask a question. They don't even show you. They just show themselves. And that might be brilliant, but it's a different offer. And nobody takes it away from you. If you come here, you can also go to the other event. So somebody said, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said to me a while ago, if you are not offering what you have to offer, you're taking it away from somebody else. So what you create is a lose-lose. You don't even reach out, so your potential client loses and you lose. So let's convert that into a win-win solution where you send something out, somebody might benefit from it, and you benefit from them wanting it. That's a win-win. If you don't show up, and if you don't change this lifestyle from like, oh, I need to learn more and I need to do more and I'm not good enough, it's not going to happen. It's the bad news part again. And every class we have like this bad news part. I'm like, shoot, I thought it was easier. Okay. The psychologists here often have also this problem that it's not ethically allowed to offer something. Not only are you simplifying if you say, try a gratitude list, there's also this, no, I'm waiting here and clients will reach out to me and they will ask me for my services. And it's not okay to sell them something. I don't want to take advantage of their problem. And that's an issue because in our education, we only learn to diagnose and to do something with people who are already there. You don't learn to reach out. But again, nobody is obligated to buy from you or to listen to you. So if you send something out on social media, or if you write a lengthy retreat landing page, a lot of people might read just the first 3 phrases and say, not for me, goodbye. Somebody who's interested might read on, might watch another reel, might follow you. Did you force them to do that? I guess not. So you send it out there, and if somebody's interested, they will read on and they will stay. And then at some point you convince them or you lose them. We often have this issue of, I'm boring people, or this is too long, or this is not good enough, or this is, Well, give it a try. Maybe it is. You don't need 20,000 clients. You're not Walmart. You need one. And then you get started. And then you do a good job, and then you get somebody else. Or if you have 100 right now and you want some more, well, then send it out there. The more you doubt, the less you have access to this lifestyle shift that you are also offering to others. You need to live it. It's no other way. Okay, so in terms of these simple recipes or these simple solutions, like for example, the gratitude list. Pick one of these solutions or two and think about one way that you could actually communicate that, like specifically. Gratitude list, how can you communicate that? There's many, many ways. I'm not looking for the perfect way. How is one way for you to communicate that? Don't only think about social media. There's other ways, right? How could you communicate your solution? Okay, so gratitude list was one of the solutions that somebody came up with. She said, Enrica said, my clients are scared of change. So I would recommend them to write a gratitude list and focus and imagine what they have has already happened. So it's like a mindset change first. Enrica, how would you show that? Or how could you show that?
I can only think in terms of reel at the moment because like I would do a reel, but I don't know otherwise.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do brainstorm. Maybe somebody else has an idea. So for example, you could show yourself writing a gratitude list. Or you could make a post that talks about gratitude list. What is a gratitude list? Why would you need one? Or you could show yourself teaching it to somebody. Or you could offer a free class about gratitude lists. Or you could write a book about an ebook about gratitude lists, right? Or I don't know, you could put gratitude on the outside of your house and then say, write a list, or, right? There is a lot of different ways. And it's not about finding the one perfect idea. If you communicate this as one of your solutions, you want to communicate it in many, many different ways. So I was always afraid of boring people and finding, new content, new design, always innovating, always something new. Wrong. Wrong. People want to, there's so much input, so much sensory input that you get all the time. I don't want people to wonder, is this the same person? Like yesterday she talked about horses, today she talks about what? What is that? So I'm the horse lady, right? That's how they know me here. Oh, you're Christina, the horse lady. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Hi. Yes. And it took a while to find that voice. I tried different things and I narrowed it down to, okay, this is what I do. This is what people know me about. So Enrica, you're maybe the handstand lady. I don't know. Could be. And then there is Miss Excel, who also gives other courses about Google Docs and whatever, but she's known as Miss Excel. That's what she usually does and what she usually talks about. Yes.
Can I ask a question? Because this thing about saying, oh, I'm the horse lady or you are the handstand lady, this is exactly, it's connected to what I was saying before, my struggle to define like the niche, because the moment you say you are the handstand lady or the yoga teacher, I cringe. I'm like, no, I'm not just that. I'm the 5 rhythm enthusiast. I am the horse person, so this is my struggle. So my question is, I don't know. I don't have a question. This is my struggle.
I know. And I trust me, I get it. I totally get it. And by being here, right? So you know me as the horse healing lady, right? But right now we're talking about Soul Business Challenge, and we're talking about ideal clients and stuff, right? And there's people here who are attracted by that. There's people who do not work with horses. Like Penny, do you work with horses? Do you have any connection to horses?
Yep. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
You work with them, or you have them, or you like them, or you want to work with them, or what's your connection?
My whole story is around the horses, and yeah, so I have a horse, I work with the horses.
Mhm.
It's been on pause for years, but now I'm coming back to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you know me before? Did you know me
Yeah,
through
so I
the-
connected with you. Yeah, so that's interesting because I found you on the equine facilitated Facebook page group. I
Mhm.
saw your post in there, but I hadn't even been in there for months and months and months and months. So that's how I found you. Yes.
Mhm. Okay, cool. So you're here because of
Yeah.
the business part, but then I made an ad with horses and I posted it in places where horse people are because you are my ideal client. But I can still talk about something else. So you can maybe post a yoga pose picture and talk about hormonal imbalance, Enrica. It doesn't mean that you cannot talk about it. But if you have something that you're known for example, right now you're always posting yoga practice with the beautiful jungle background of Costa Rica. And that's how we are immediately like, oh yeah, that's her. Right? So if you talk about too many different things, it's impossible for people to connect with it. There's too much going on.
That's why I think the goal, like the 5-year goal, I put myself as a curator, because this is the only way I can see I can put together all my passion. I want to curate event. Like I don't have to be necessarily the focus of the event, me the teacher, me the the coach. Rather, I pick up. I don't know.
Yeah, but and you are doing this show up and this lifestyle thing because we see you doing yoga in the jungle of Costa Rica, and now you want to bring people there to have similar benefits. So that's that's what it is. That's how it works together. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's share some of your ideas. How can you share your solution that you came up with for one of the problems that your clients have? How can you show that? Well, that's a nice one, Erin. Very simply with one word for each letter of the alphabet. That's nice. That would make a really nice video also. Teach recipes. Yes, exactly. Of your hormonal imbalance thing, Salome. Yes. Sure, Sharif, go ahead, share.
I want to share the problems that I have about the thing that I know about, and I want to share with people. You say that or we are all talking about reaching the clients, and we have to know what the problems they have. What if the clients that I'm looking for are not convinced or are not seeing their problems? For example, I talk about the field that I'm working in, training horses. I want to help the horses to be a better horse, but the problem is that the field is full of sport horses, jumping, endurance, and so on. And that kind of in-hand work or dressage work is not very attractive to those kind of people. So I feel like I'm stuck because I can't find the people who are interested, but in the same time, I want to help these horses or inform those people that this is really beneficial for their horses. A thing which is they don't want to listen to most of the times if you have faced the situation like that.
I have.
I hope you got the idea.
Yes. So first of all, you're in the right group. This is your tribe. Welcome. This is what we
Thank
do.
you.
This is what we spread. And through our healing work with the horses or coaching work with the horses, we also pass on that message, and we change horse owners' point of view and stables and all these things.
Yes.
Be aware that there is always in your blue sea, right, of people who should learn about being better to the horses. There is always going to be fish who are either anorectic and they don't want to eat, or they have already eaten somewhere else. So you can spend all your energy in convincing them that your thing is the best and that they have to learn it. But I would rather focus on just bringing across your message, and you will connect to somebody. I guarantee that if you are sharing that, like this is what I do with my horse. He was anxious before, now he's that. This problem can be fixed with special reins, and it can be fixed with more freedom and more space to move, etc. Right? So you know this, and you start sharing it. And even if you don't have people saying immediately like, "Yay, please teach me," they are there. I have had so many people who reach out to me and say, "I've been following you for years." I'm like, wow. I had no idea. I've been following you on Instagram, like, yay, influencer. I didn't know them. I've never heard of them. They have never liked anything, commented anything, and then all of a sudden they are ready and they want something from me. It's not that you don't reach anybody. Be sure that if you teach or if you help people in your location, tag the location, like make sure where you are, and then show yourself doing it. And people will be interested in that and be like, oh, so nice. Horse laying down, I want that too, for whatever reason. And then once they start, they can get into the loop, right?
This brings another question. If the location you are in right now is not containing the people that you are looking for, you should change your location. You should move somewhere else.
No, don't move. Unless you want to, right? Some of us do
Yes.
want to. Like Enrica wanted to move. You're my example today, and we kind of everything.
So it's not a factor about the business success. It's not about moving or reaching the
I
people
live in
at their
Ecuador.
place.
I live in Ecuador. It's not a, it serves me in some aspects because it's easy and cheap to have horses roaming around here, but other things are terrible. Like I can't even do credit card payments. I had to open a business in Dubai to do that. So there's always a way. There's always a way. Don't move. And if there's horses in Bahrain. I had a couple of people reach out to me from Bahrain to learn about horse riding. I'm like, no, that's not what I do, but that's what you do. Right? So maybe I have to put you together. Bahrain is really small. I have somebody who wants to have natural horsemanship classes for his 13-year-old son. And I said, my course is not for you. I'm sorry. But it's for you, maybe, right?
Yes,
so,
yes, I understand.
Yeah, so connect to the right community, find your tribe, and then it all. Once you get started, then it's like it's rolling.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'll actually send this contact. Can you serve them? Like, can you work with a teenager?
Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. I'll send them to you. See? Yay, business acceleration. We're doing it.
Oh, yes. It was great.
Yes, it does. It does.
I actually work with children more than adults because
Okay.
they are more responsive and they are more open to new ideas and to establish their mindset from the very beginning.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. Yeah, and then from there you can move into other areas and offer something else also, or offer something for the parents, and through that attract the kids. So there's always ways. Salome, teach people how to be present in daily activities, like shower, maybe you don't want to show yourself in the shower being present, but it's a good idea. Something, you know, connecting them to a daily activity, cooking, makeup, yes, whatever you feel comfortable showing. If every time you show your face, who you are connecting. People crave connection and like personal connection. Everything is impersonal and everything is a lie on Instagram, right? So if they see you do it and they relate to you, they feel like you're friends. And then it's easier to reach out and to ask you for help. Yeah, right, Erin, exactly. That's cool. They reached out to me. I just funneled, again, Enrica, I just funneled somebody today to Enrica, who is in Costa Rica and has heard about me and was referred to me, and then I funneled them on. So that's a really good way of, you know, acceleration. Okay, so where are more ideas? It has to be easy and it has to be relatable, right? Don't give them the entire story. Teach little bits, you know, here, there, not everything at once. Repeat it. It helps to have like a list of these are their problems, these are my solutions, these are the ideas of how I can show up and show this. And then you go through the list again and again and again and again. There's new people all the time, especially in social media. Not everybody hears you. So just do it again. Don't try to innovate all the time. Do it again. Find your voice. Find out if it's a video, if it's a text, if it's a free class, what is connecting to these people? And then you find your voice and you build it. Yes, give them some tricks and try to solve it. Yes. Yeah, like giving them puzzles, that creates a lot of engagement. So in order to summarize this class, what do your clients really need? They need you to be the expert in your field, not the expert of everything. I'd love to be the expert of everything. Right? Like I know it all. But pick something. So I'm the expert of healing with horses. And that brings a couple of other topics, but that's what I usually do. And then you show up and you be that expert. So I show my herd, I show how they helped me, I tell how they helped me when I was 10, I show how they help my clients, I give you a specific exercise. And all of that, most of that is counterintuitive because sharing your own story is like awkward. Giving away your tricks sounds like, why would I do that without them paying me? Yesterday, you know, with all my 15 recordings for Mind Valley, I had my partner listen to the video. I'm like, do you want to, it's in Spanish for once. Do you want to listen to what I'm saying? And he did. And he said, you can't do this. You're giving away, all, like, this is everything that you do. And I'm like, awesome. So I brought it across and she was like, no, you can't say all of that in a free speech. I'm like, yes, I do. Because if somebody heard it once, they are not there doing it yet. They still need my course in order to understand how to learn that and how to facilitate that, and or they want a class or they want whatever they want. Right? So you need to show what you're doing. Right? So Claudia, for example, tell us more about this, the rescue stuff, you know, like, what do you do? What does it take? My horse is doing this. I'm paying for that. Fundraising is about this. Like, tell us what you're doing. And then people are like, oh, wow, this is complicated. Maybe I should help her. It's not about saying, I got it all and I'm perfect and I don't need you, because we actually do need them. We do need them to buy something from us or to donate or to help us in some way. We need to find people who want to help us, like me, you.
Someone here is working with rescue horses?
Oh, all of us. I think almost all of us, yes.
Amen.
All of us who are doing some, well, not everybody is in horses. Like Salome, nothing to do with horses. Daniela, not yet. Yes, but yeah, we work a lot with rescued horses. Yeah. So please, if you want to make this happen, do the homework, post somewhere where we can see it, what your 5-year goal is. It's not too late. And write something. I'll again share like a review, like a summary of this class. Post one solution that you have. You know, maybe somebody will see it. Maybe somebody will reach out to you. Say, for anxiety, my best practice or one of the things that can work is this. Or your horse is spooky, try this. Right? Give us something and show up as the expert. Your client wants, let's put it as a summary. Let's put it from the other side, okay? So you want to learn about business acceleration, right? And you're here because somehow I convinced you that I have something to say about it. All right. So I have something to say about it, apparently, but I don't know it all. So if I tell you, you know, I really don't know all about this, and I'm, you know, right now I'm trying to scale, but I can't. So I've been reading a lot, and, you know, do you want to learn from me? You're like, why would I? Let's go to another class together. You know, like, let's take me by the hand. Let's go to another class. So if you want to sell a service, you have to show up as the expert, the teacher, the docent, the healer that you are. And it feels like the imposter syndrome, because if I say, anxiety, do this, it's not the whole story. Of course it's not. But it is a part of the story. Have you seen all these? I'm not a cooking fan. Enrica is, I know. No, you're not? But you're Italian, you should be.
I am a great eater.
Ah, okay. Valid. Do you watch recipes on social media? No, me neither. My son, one of my sons does, and he always sends me videos of people doing some crazy recipes. They never explain anything. You just see pictures of eggs, salt, spices, squirrel, whatever, and then boom, perfect cake. I'm like, what? Is it big eggs or small eggs? I don't know. I could never follow this recipe. But they're still successful, right? And if I want the recipe, I probably reach out to them and say, hey, do you have a cookbook or whatever, right? So yes, I have a book that you can buy. Yes, I have a course that you can buy where I will teach you all about this. This is just a small class. My course has 160 hours of teaching. I cannot put that in a 7-second reel, but I can put a little bit of it into it so that other people want more. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be inspired and motivated to start sharing something. Okay? Something relatable, something where you are the expert, and something that leaves people wanting more. Okay. And then in order to walk my own talk, I want you to leave this class wanting more. So tomorrow we'll meet again. And for those who want the whole deal and who want to build a business with horses and healing and coaching with horses, I have a group coming up in April. And we have some special bonuses for signups in March. So March is over in 2 days. There's still a chance. If you sign up in these next 2 days to my course, you'll get super special bonuses. Thank you, Enrica. Yeah, a lot of people here know about it. Kati, Claudia. And in that course, we will build your business of healing with horses. We will find your niche. You will get the plot, you will learn what this is all about, all the activities, and I'll help you through continuing education as well to really get there and to really do it. So if you want more of that, please reach out to me. 2 more days of special bonuses, and then we get started in April. I'll see you tomorrow. Please comment with your ideas. And tomorrow we will talk about specific toolkit things. You know, what can you add into the mix to put your superpower to work? All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure having you here live. Thanks, Enrica, for all the examples. Thank you, Sheree, for your questions. Everybody
Thank
for your
you.
attention. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you.